Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today is 19th of February, and on 24th of February, Mars is becoming direct. Mars direct is better than Mars retrograde. So now, as we speak, he's still retrograde, becoming stationary retrograde. Mars is better to be retrograde. Of course, this is symbolical. When the planets look retrograde only from our perspective, otherwise they are never retrograde, but they look as if they move backwards and they slow down. And planets associated with energy, motivation, ambition, like Mars, doesn't like to be delayed, doesn't like to be to move backwards. This is not very appropriate for the energy of Mars. That's why I'm glad that he's turning direct. Also, don't forget that all these mainly these airplane tragedies took place because of Mars being retrograde in the air sign Gemini. So Mars retrograde and turning direct. Now when he will be direct, this is again in Gemini, in the 21st degree Gemini. What is Gemini? This is the sign which is represented by humans. Human signs are always very intellectual. Human sign is Virgo, human sign is Gemini. You have the great twins there, Gilgamesh and Enkidu. One is the ruler of Uruk for hundreds of years. He was a giant, he was 1/3 god. He is represented by the star Pollux. And the second one is Enkidu, who is very human, very natural, very much instinctive, spiritual. And this is Enkidu. He is represented by the star Castor. And Mars is turning direct in the vicinity of Castor, but not exactly conjoining Castor. This is, he will get a little bit more from the human and spiritual energy of Enkidu, of Castor. Mars is turning direct in the vicinity of more important, if we can say so, star, and this is Sirius. Sirius is, without any doubt, royal, divine star. This is a star which is carrying the energy of Jupiter-Saturn conjunction. As I mentioned many times in previous videos, Sirius is the star which becomes visible for the first time. The first heliacal rise of Sirius is on 18th of August, and this is when we celebrate the God's New Year. Whatever the colors, the flickering colors of Sirius are, this is how the year will look like for you. So in these significant degrees, Mars is turning direct, trined by Mercury, who at that moment for most of the parts of the world, will be also visible. So we have trine between Mars and Mercury, and Mercury will be quite, will be visible. Sun, Mercury conjunction, trining, Sun, Mercury, Saturn conjunction, trining Mars. This is good actually. This will speed up certain processes. How? Let me tell you. First of all, human sign Gemini related to intellectual capacities. Mars, when retrograde, could create a little bit of conflicts, disputes. In personal horoscopes, this would be people who can speak a little bit too much, could be having annoying speech, could be stuck in some theories, let's say. But we will see Mars becoming direct in Gemini, which can mean again amazing intellectual breakthrough. This could mean reviewing of truth. Why so benevolent? Because Saturn, Mercury, Sun are trining. So this is again happening in the Aries sign. Of course, the malefic presence of this could be some further development of artificial intelligence, for example. But let's be more positive about this. I think we can be in control of that. This can be benevolent for the human mind. This can be benevolent for, especially for people who are ruled by Mars, or who have Gemini ascendant, Aquarius ascendant, who have Gemini midheaven, Gemini sun, Gemini moon, Aquarius ascendant, Aquarius moon, Aquarius sun. These could give them amazing drive to create intellectual products, to to do something very innovative, to this can be benevolent for let's say intellectual work like writing, teaching, negotiations, also because Mercury at that moment will be visible, and this is something very very good. More truths, more lies will be reviewed, and we will see really how the matrix operates, and this is already happening before our eyes. But Mars direct, also Mars being in the vicinity, becoming direct in the vicinity of a royal star like Sirius, could mean a new person will come in our reality, new leader, new king, new, or somebody that we knew but suddenly will become more significant for the collective, who will be speaking the truth, who will do something good for the human beings. So this is because Mars is becoming direct, conjoining Sirius, and who has higher hierarchy. This is the star Sirius. And I will remind to you, there are three things which we should observe in this lifetime. The heliacal rise of Venus as a morning star, the heliacal rise of Sirius, and I told you this is happening in the summer, approximately around 18th of August, and the heliacal rise of the Sun, which is happening every morning. See how important the star is. When we are connected with Sirius, then this is directly influencing for good our our intellect, our spiritual development. Also, Sirius is a star which brings kingship and peace. Mars becoming direct there will change the course of the wars on Earth. Somebody, maybe a new leader or from the leaders that we see every day, will say important speech or will say something which will change the course of the wars, and for good. Because Sirius has higher hierarchy than Mars, and this is a royal star with the nature of Jupiter Saturn conjunction. So this will be for this, there will be news coming from a throne. So let's see what will happen after 24th of February, but I'm telling you, this will be significant for the collective, very very important for all of us, especially if you're ruled by Gemini. If Mars is your ruler, you experience this immediately. Let's say now you were stuck and you couldn't continue a project, or let's say you're writing a book and you couldn't, you felt lack of motivation or you had no drive. Now you have very good chance to have your motivation back with this direct motion of Mars. When Mars is direct, this is beautiful drive to information, knowledge, studies, teaching. So this is also an opportunity for us. Like in my previous video, I mentioned Neptune, Rahu conjunction, which is another opportunity. And now Mars direct trined by Saturn, trine by the Sun, and visible Mercury is an amazing opportunity for intellectual work, for new study, for finding the truth, for when you search for knowledge during this period of time, you will find it. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope this was useful. Maybe you can really benefit from this particular phase, the retrograde phase of Mars. I wish you all the best, and also don't forget, Mars is direct, but not, but he stays in Gemini up until I think it was 8th of April, and then he's entering Cancer, which is another important situation which we'll discuss later. All the best to you. Bye bye.